The leader's remarks just about every day this week, as he opens the Senate, have been so nastily partisan and in so many ways false that I have no choice but to correct the record as the Democratic leader. The Republican leader's accusation that the blame for this bill's delay lies totally on one side is just ridiculous. It's Alice in Wonderland thinking. It defies all the facts as to what we have seen. And then his comparison that the agreement we're voting on today and the most recent Republican offer are so similar is absurd. The two bills are nothing alike. And I've had to point that out several times. Now, I have a chart here, and I'd ask unanimous consent it be entered in the record.
Without objection.
I'm just going to read from it, comparing the new bipartisan relief agreement from the December 1st GOP proposal of Leader McConnell. How about direct payments? This bill has $600 per individual, $1,200 per married couple, $600 child dependent. Many of us didn't think that's enough, but it's in the bill. You know how much was in the Republican leader's proposal? Zero. Unemployment insurance. This bill that we're voting on has $300 per week of enhanced UI and other program extensions through March 14th. What does the Republican leader's bill have? Zero enhanced UI. Program extensions end January 31st. This bill has $13 billion in SNAP. Republican leader's bill, zero. This bill has $25 billion in rental assistance. The Republican leader's bill, zero. This bill has $45 billion in transportation for both airlines and mass transit and buses and airports and highways. What does the Republican leader's bill have? Zero. This bill has, very importantly, money for community development financial institutions and majority institutions, $12 billion. What does the Republican leader's bill have? Zero. SBA grants, $20 billion, this bill. Republican leader bill, zero. Debt payments and enhancements for SBA, this bill, $5.5 billion. Republican bill, zero. SAMHSA funding for mental health and substance order disabuse, this bill, $4.25 billion. Republican leader bill, zero. NIH COVID research, this bill, $1.25 billion. Republican leader bill, zero. Broadband, so homes can get broadband. This bill, $7 billion. Republican leader bill, zero. The list could go on. There's a dramatic difference between the two bills. And we all know as well that the Republican leader, who blames Democrats for delay, said for several months the Senate should be on pause as Democrats were demanding more action. The Republican leader was unmoved. The Republicans' leader was that 20 Republican senators wanted to do nothing more at all. When he finally proposed legislation, it was completely partisan, insufficient, and littered with poison pills. I forgot to add one thing that was in the leader's bill, but not in this bill. The broad corporate liability immunity provision, which the senator from Illinois tried to straighten out. Another huge difference, a poison pill. So when the leader finally proposed legislation, because of public pressure to do something, it was partisan, no Democratic input, zero, insufficient, much too little in so many areas, as I mentioned, and littered with poison pills designed to ensure the bill would fail. Most notably, a provision to give corporations, no matter how egregious their behavior, sweeping immunity from legal accountability. Leader McConnell said on the floor that for Republicans, corporate immunity was a red line. And he blames Democrats, as he did again today, for why this bill is being debated